Hey everybody, welcome to One Flight Down Basement Beer Tastings. Today we're looking at a couple of beers from the Flying Monkey Brewing Company in Barrie, Ontario. Flying Monkey opened in 2008. I know they were like kind of an early player in the Canadian craft beer explosion. I know there was an IPA of theirs I used to buy on a fairly regular basis. I'm going back probably about 10 years. And yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was called. I actually went to their website earlier to see if I could find it, but I don't think they make it anymore, or they changed the name or something. It's hard to say because all their stuff has a very kind of distinct look to it. That, you know, if you're just looking for the can, like it's a Flying Monkey beer, but remembering which one it is might be tough. But I think I would remember the name if I saw it. But anyway, yeah, they were an early player in craft beer in Canada, and like at that time, 2008, like yeah, you could go to most major cities in Canada, except Winnipeg, where I live. At that time, you could go just about anywhere in Canada and find a local brewery or two. But most of them were, selling their product nationally. Flying Monkey was one of the earlier ones to do that. So the reasoning behind this episode, one of my viewers, Steve Colleen, a Winnipeg guy, commented on one of my videos where I was talking about some stouts that I liked. And he highly recommended the Chocolate Manifesto Triple Milk Stout. He says it's one of his favorite beers and got one of them to me to try, so I'm going to do that. But, I like to work lighter to darker when I do these shows, so I'm going to start off with something called Quantum Hugs. It is a cold IPA. What is a cold IPA? I don't know either. Let's see if there's anything on the can that can tell us. The answer to the question lies within the question. Embracing with synopsis and creation, soft clouds float above bright golden body, hovering in a neural net of quirky hops. Yeah, it doesn't tell us a damn thing. I did try to look up some stuff online earlier about cold IPAs. It's a pretty new trend in beer. But it sounds like it's kind of going after that same audience that India Pale Lagers were doing, and that was kind of I think they're still out there. I know a couple of years ago I had an India Pale Lager for the first time, and I've seen them around a couple times, but I don't think it really quite caught on. But it's something, a hoppier beer, I think, for those who aren't really into hops, aren't into IPAs and that kind of thing, like more of an easygoing lager kind of a thing. I think it sounds, from what I read, that this is going for a similar audience as that. So we're going to try that out and see what it's like. Yeah, let's give this a try. Like I said, I've never had a cold IPA, so I don't quite know what to expect. Light golden color. Not a big surprise there, I think. Quite well carbonated. Nice white fluffy head. Yeah. Yeah, kind of looks like a slightly cloudier lager. Like it's pretty clear, a little bit of a haze, but not much of one. Not like you would get with like a New England IPA or something like that. On the nose, getting some light hop notes, not a lot. Once again, my horrible sense of smell. Right, just give it a swirl. Yeah, light hops on the nose, but nothing too crazy. I'm going to go in for a sip and see what it's like. So it's quite light on the body. A little bit of a creamy finish, which I wasn't really expecting. But yeah, it's quite light on the body with a nice hop punch, but a fruitier hop punch. Like, it's not super bitter or anything. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little more. It's a little creamier than I was expecting, just because I was going into it with that mindset of it maybe being closer to an India Pale Lager. Um, but yeah, it's not too bad at all. I like that creamy finish. That's kind of nice. What else can I tell you about this? This is a really busy can, right? I mean, yeah, it's hard to get information on here. You know, it's on here somewhere. 6.1% alcohol. It doesn't say what the hops are, but I know I was on their website earlier and I did find that, so I'm just going to check that out. And they do have a fairly robust website. I actually had a lot of fun looking on here earlier. Yeah, so you see all their cans have that kind of psychedelic look to them. It's like, yeah, it's like someone dropped some acid into your beer or something. But yeah, let's check out their beers. See, look at it. Like, these are such a cool layout on the site, right? And I've always thought that their labels were maybe too busy, but the more I look at it, like, they really fit the image fits the name really well, right? Like, Theater of Madness, that's very cool. Pumpkin Lager. That really speaks to both the theater guy and horror guy in me. That's super cool. Paranormal. Oh, was that a creature from the Black Lagoon? Sure was. Yeah, nice. Um, Trying to find the one we're having here. There's the Manifesto. That's coming up next. The mutants are revolting. Yeah, I don't know. The look and names of these are the names I think are what sell them. The look was I also thought it was a little too busy, but it's growing on me because it really fits with the names. Okay, there's Quantum Hugs. Okay. So what do we have here? 52 IBUs. The malts are 2-row pale malt, Vienna malt, flaked rice, and the hops are Azaka, Idaho 7, Matueka. Not very familiar with that one, and Sabro. And then for dry hopping, Azaka, Matueka, Sabro, Strata. So it's a pretty hoppy beast we have here. So yeah, the tropical sort of fruity notes jump out the most, but it's kind of tempered a bit. It's not super like sometimes you get those IPAs that are really fruit forward. I mean I'm a big fan of those, and this isn't quite as like juicy as some of those, but it's still very very good. I could see myself enjoying a few of these, although at 6.1%, I might not want to overdo it. But no, it's quite nice, and yeah, I don't know if I honestly can't tell much of a difference with it being a cold IPA. Yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of similar to like a New England, but just not as hazy, not quite as juicy. But it's good. I like it, and a lot of the time with kind of the juicier IPAs, I often think like people who say they don't like IPAs, I often think people would like those. And this is along the same lines as that. All right, moving on to beer number 2. This is the one that Steve told me about. This is the Chocolate Manifesto. And yeah, it looks like somebody wrote a manifesto. Like there's a lot of writing on this can. But if we get to the basics, oh my god, it's 10% alcohol. Woohoo! Triple chocolate milk stout at 10% alcohol. Well, I think I'll be sipping this one slowly. All right, let's give this a pour. Oh yeah, this looks like it's going to be really thick. I mean, it's a triple chocolate milk stout. I mean, of course it's going to be thick. Surprised the head isn't thicker than that, but I'm not complaining. Whoa, man, I don't, I didn't have to get too close. I've talked many times on the show about my poor sense of smell. I got the smell off this from here. Like this is a strong chocolate smell to this. Oh man. Oh, that Smells incredible. And like, look at this. Like, it looks like chocolate milk. It doesn't even look like a beer. Wow. Like, that is crazy. Yeah, I don't think this is something I'm going to drink fast or, pair with food. This is just this. I should have had dinner and had this for dessert. Oh, man. All right. I'm going in for sip. I do like my chocolate, so I think I'm really going to enjoy this. Wow. Wow, that is thick. But there's like a brightness on the tongue there too. Like it's almost like it's so thick it's almost like milkshake like, but that is just there's something in there giving it a little bit of a brightness as well that I really like. Oh man. Yeah, that might be the chocolatiest chocolate beer I've ever had. I've had many chocolate stouts over the last while. I've never had anything that is like that intense on the chocolate. Um, wow, that is Steve. Thank you very much not only for recommending this for bringing this to me. Let's see what it says. Well, let's see what part of this says on the can. There's a lot of writing on here. God, where's the manifesto begin? As I said, yeah, 10% alcohol, true specialty beer with much thought. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Let me scan this for some information you can use. There's 3 kinds of chocolate. Forest garden shade grown cocoa nibs, roasted whole cocoa powder, and chocolate malt. Yeah, and some of this writing on here is just like so small. I can't read. I can't read all of that. Come on, I'm 52 years old. I can't read that writing. Yeah, there's an entire manifesto written on here. I mean, maybe that'll give me something to do while I slowly sip on this thing. That's why they did it, right? Give you something to do. The nice thing is there's a tiny bit still in there. I'm gonna top that glass up. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this beer. It is really, really good. Yeah, it is the most chocolate. It is like I have never had a chocolate stout that is that heavy on the chocolate. It's really, really good. If you like chocolate and you like beer, I dare you to not like this. It's so good. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and thank you Steve for getting this beer to me. If anyone else wants to donate beer to the show, who am I to say no? It's just it took a lot of coordinating to get this though. That's the catch. But yeah, we got some more shows coming up in the near future. Hope you will all drop into the Terry Isle Basement Pub another time. Cheers, my friends. Take care. I'm tired and I need to go home.